Hello and welcome to Your California Life. I'm your host, Desiree Shepherd. Back to the Boulevard is returning, and as mentioned, we're rolling in style. And here to tell us all about the event, I've got Rene Cornejo along with his son who facilitates their PR. We have Julian Cornejo. You're the event organizer, and this has been going on for 13 years strong. How excited are you to know that it's been going that well?
We are very excited, Desiree. First of all, thank you for having us on the show and promoting our Franklin Boulevard and our event. And our event started, or Back to the Boulevard started many years back. A good friend of mine, Henry Ramos, Primo, we got together. We've done events throughout the years, and we talked about, hey, let's bring something back to the Boulevard. Both of us throughout the years have had our businesses on Franklin Boulevard, and our culture is all about the cars and the food, and there's no other boulevard on anywhere in Sacramento like our boulevard.
Okay, so explain. This is to our viewers who are new to Back to the Boulevard. What can they expect when they come out to the event?
You know, when they come out to the event, they're going to expect good food. As you know, Franklin Boulevard has it. You know, Franklin Boulevard brings a lot to Sacramento. What does it bring? You know, who doesn't know Gunther's Ice Cream? Gunther's Ice Cream's been here forever on Franklin Boulevard. You know, our Mexican bakery, one of the famous bakeries in California, La Esperanza. You want some good Mexican bakery, it's there on Franklin Boulevard. The two oldest Mexican restaurants in Sacramento are on Franklin Boulevard, El Noviero and Caballo Blanco. You know, and then if you want to get your car worked on, you go to Franklin Boulevard. There's a bunch of shops all over Franklin Boulevard. So the festival consists of, in the morning, we'll have a 9 to 1 o'clock right off of Fruitridge on Franklin, where the cars will be displayed and showing off their cars. At 1 o'clock, we'll start the festivities at the El Noviero parking lot at the restaurant, and we have live music, food, wine, beer, and just a lot of festivities going on pretty much all day long.
Okay, and we got to talk about these t-shirts you have on right now. I know you were going to have your son model them, so tell us about them.
Yeah, so a good friend of ours, the real famous tattoo artist here in town, Brent Patton, he designed it, and basically we're bringing back a memory of again, another the oldest Mexican restaurant in Sacramento, the Noviero, and then of course the culture of the cars. And so right now they're being sold at El Noviero, and we will have them the day of the event as well, being sold along with some posters as well.
Okay, perfect. And then we can't not talk about the cars. Can you tell us what we got right here behind us right now?
Well, let me tell you, the culture is the cars on Franklin Boulevard, and myself and a lot of the fellas, we did it back in the 70s and 80s and what have you. Now we're noticing it's the second generation. So second generation would be my son, Joe Moreno, which is the owner of this 67 Impala right here. This would be considered a classic because it's got the fancy paint job, the beautiful upholstery, all the chrome underneath the hood and the wheels. So this would be more of a custom Impala. And then we got a second generation with Johnny Navarrete with his 64 Impala. This is more of a traditional classic. From every accessory you can think of, this car's got it on the 64 Impala. And again, both of them are second generation, great family, and they bring a lot to this event as well.
Yeah, and how many classic cars like these ones we're looking at here, how many can we expect to see at Back to the Boulevard?
I would say from 300 to 400 we should have the day of. And again, Franklin Boulevard being the cruising zone, you know, of Sacramento, you know, that's what they did back then, is going up and down the boulevard and just showing off their beautiful cars.
Yeah, and then you were talking a little bit about the history too. Tell us about what we're looking at over here.
Yeah, so where La Esperanza Bakery is currently now, there used to be a Winchell's Donut, and this was a Boulevard Nights picture, came out in a magazine, and again, that's what we did back in the 80s, so they would park in the parking lot, display their cars, and just kind of let everybody go up and down the boulevard and cruise and get that effect, and that's what that picture's about.
There we go. We have a wonderful model over there. Thank you so much. All right, so tell our viewers the when and where it's taking place.
So it's going to be this Sunday, April 28th, 9 to 1 on Franklin Boulevard off of Fruitridge. And the 1 to 6 will be the festivities at El Noviero parking lot. So pretty much all day long, expect activities there on Franklin Boulevard. Come out and experience our culture and get that excitement by looking at these cars. These guys love to show off their cars.
There we go. We got to speak to Julian. Julian, why should people come out? Why do you think so?
Just kind of piggybacking off of what my dad said. It's bringing back the boulevard. It's bringing back the culture. The new generation of people that grew up around these cars, like my dad said. I grew up in garages, going into these cars, seeing how nice they were, like Johnny and Joey, and our dads had these cars, and it's nice to our generation to kind of bring it up bring it back to the city and bring it back to the Boulevard.
There we go. Thank you both so much for telling our viewers about this. I'm going to let them know where they can go for more information. You see that website right there on the screen. That's where you can get all the details.